So today's about really treating your business like an annuity and figuring out what is your long-term plan. So it's all about closing 10 deals per client and getting 30 referrals per client. Have you ever thought of the lifetime value of your relationship with your clients? Well, today that you should, and I will show you how to emotionally connect with your clients. So let's talk about a couple things. Why are you guys here? Are you here just to pay your bills? If that's the truth, you're here for the wrong reasons. The purpose of business is to get a customer and to keep a customer, not to only focus on the next new customer. So many of our businesses have been trained and taught our entire existences to go chase realtors and feed realtors or service realtors and get the next purchase deal. Most LLs will tell you, I'm 90% or 95% new purchase business. Well, if you are not building an annuity that will pay dividends. So the whole purpose of business is to get a customer and to keep a customer. MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue companies, sell for an 8 times multiple. Companies that get a subscription base and make money monthly sell for 8 times the average company. Think of Netflix and all these companies, you pay a monthly subscription and they sell for so much money because they go into the month with customers already built in. If you go to the other business model, which is new customer acquisition model, that sells for a 2 times multiple. So build your business like an 8 times multiple by building in an annuity, MRR, monthly recurring revenue. I already know come August, I already have a pipeline of 20, 30 loans that are gonna close because my past clients are already in my system. That's what I'm talking about. So the question for you all is, how long do you wanna be in this game? Do you have a retirement date or retirement plan? If you build an annuity-based, customer-centric, monthly recurring revenue-based business, you will never be out of business. Let's talk about a quote. Automated drip campaigns and CRMs that do the work for you will not allow you to emotionally connect with people. All these top of mind type resources that you dump your database in and it tells you who to talk to, those are a tool, but that's not your business. Your job is to emotionally connect to your clients. A happy birthday email, an automated text is not the same. That's a layer on top of your deep diving service. My coach, who is Dave Meltzer, I think everybody in this world needs a coach or a mentor. If not, you're not getting the best success from yourself. He says people buy off of emotion for logical reasons. So if you aren't starting with the emotion, people aren't gonna buy repeatedly off of you. So think about that topic as we keep going today. It's about the first call and starting with the first thing first. The first call should be 8 to 10 minutes. If you're spending 30 minutes on the call because you think that gets more rapport, you're dead wrong. I believe that too much time spoils the relationship. It's like on your first date. If you tell everything about your entire life story, then there's no reason to come back for more. So your purpose on the first call is to be mindful of your time as well as the customer's time. You want to talk until they're sold. Don't oversell on the first call. You don't need to. Talk until they're sold. Next, calendar their special date. Ask the client, I want to get to know you. Tell me, what's one special date that you have in mind? Maybe a date that you got married, the date that your kids were born, the date that you got that promotion that you circled on your calendar, the date maybe you kicked a disease, the date that maybe you got someone or that you lost someone. What's your special date? And calendar it. Putting everyone's special date in your calendar. Now every day I get to the office, I've got 3 or 4 special dates. The first thing that I do at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or whatever time I am or 4:30 in the morning, I don't care if it's early, I'll text them, happy anniversary, thinking about you. That takes me 1 nanosecond, but that allows me to make everything else happen because they know I'm in this for the long run. Next, I teach them the process. Let me teach you the home buying process. What are you in store for? The competitor wants to go rate, but leaves you with no process. I don't care about rate, I care about you and you being a wealthy homeowner. Then let's talk about the team. It's not just me, it's my support team. Let's set proper expectations. I'm here to give you the deal and let my team, who is way better than me at being available and being organized, handle all the details, and I'm your high-end soldier that will help you whenever you need me, help solve any big problem, but you don't want me in the minutia. You want me to be at the high-level presidential seat so I can architect the best deal from you from the very top. And hey, family connection. Let's talk about your family. Let's connect emotionally. That's the first call. It's 8 to 10 minutes. If you set it up right, you'll set the customer up to be a 30-year client of yours. People miss this mark so often, and they want to build the wrong kind of rapport, or they want to go on a 30-minute tangent about tell me all your deepest, darkest secrets. No, go through the application and get to know them slowly, emotionally, with the right questions, and pass on the data to your team to manage. This first call is everything. It sets the tone for the relationship to happen, but you're not asking too many questions. You're asking the right kind of questions. Let's talk about the close call. This is important. People do not do this. There's 3 things I do on the close call. I go over a real estate plan, I go over debt talk, I go over debt assessment. You notice that in my plan, I do the first call, I do the last call, I don't call them in between. That's not a good use of my time. I can literally spend 20 minutes with a client and close a deal. It's the first call, 10 minutes, it's the last call, 20 minutes. Think about my value to myself now. I can make 5 or 10 or 15,000 in commissions on 20 minutes of my time, and my team can manage the process. Whereas most LOs that spend 2 hours with the client or 3 hours with the client, you're diminishing your hourly rate. Spend more time on the front end and the back end. I talk about the doctor method. The doctor method is the doctor comes in the beginning, the doctor comes in the end. He makes sure that you're healthy and makes sure that the kid's healthy, and that's it. He lets his team and his nursing staff do all the heavy lifting. That's what they're there for. So once you understand that, you can do the close call. Here's the close call. We'll go over a real estate plan. I'll go over that in a second. We'll go over a rebate talk. On my close calls with my clients, I ask them, hey, you know what? We're closing in 7 days. The way I look at this thing here is now that I got all the chips in front of me, you've got $25,000 in the bank. You have $23,000 due at closing. So I just want to make sure that I'm giving you the best advice. After closing, you'll have $2,000 left in your checking account. How are you going to move? How are you going to buy groceries? How are you going to paint? How are you going to remodel? How are you going to buy furniture? I haven't thought about that. Well, here's a different approach I want you to consider. Maybe we should raise your payment by $150 a month, and I give you $6,000 back at closing. And I give you a rebate, and that rebate covers all that moving cost, makes it a smooth transition. $150 a month, you can afford that. Just kick Starbucks for a month, and you'll be even. We can make that work, but the $6,000 is hard to come by. So why don't we up your rate, I'll give you a rebate, and then I'll refinance you in 6 months. Get them already thinking about next deal. That's what I do at my close call. And then I do a debt assessment. I assess their debts. I say, let's look at this thing here at closing. You have 14,000 credit cards, Chase, Wells Fargo, Capital One. You've got 3,000 cash in the bank. You've got 15,000 equity in your home from your down payment. I want to make sure I know where things are, so when I come back to you, we can make sure that your assets are going up and the debt's going down. When I do my next call with you, I've got fundamental things to go on. I'm not just saying, hey, how's it going? Want to refinance? No, okay, see you later. I'm saying, hey, last time we talked 3 months ago, you had 5,000 cash in the bank, 10,000 in credit cards, and 15,000 in equity. Now you've got 20,000 in equity based on the comps. What's in the bank? 10,000, great, you're saving money. How's credit cards? They're going down, awesome. Do you want to do a home remodel? You have cash in the bank now. Or a lot of borrowers will have the other approach. Their credit card rates are higher or debts are higher. Their cash has been compromised, but they have more equity. What is that? Now you can structure the proper debt restructuring, refinance for them. But if you don't know their debt, you don't know how to help them. I'm one step ahead of the game because I know who they are and what their debts are, assets and liabilities at closing. I am managing the asset. Now here's where it gets fun. Here's the real plan. Borrower, you're 32 years old. That's the average age of a first-time home buyer. Guess what? You're not going to pay off your home. That is right. You are not going to pay off your home. In fact, don't pay off your home. It's not smart. Because what's the value in paying off your home? You live in your life for 30 years. Now you're 62 years old, and you finally, after all this work, have no mortgage to pay? And what, you're saving $3,000 a month? That's crazy. That's not the American dream. The American dream is to have mailbox money and to make real estate work for you. Because let's think about it. Paying off your home is hard. It's exhausting. A $500,000 loan at 4%, if you never refinance, what most LOs do is tell the client, get a 30-year and I'll see you in 30 years. Forget about you. I'm going to go get more purchase business. What you're doing is a disservice to your clients. What you're telling them is pay $859,347 in cash and don't talk to me again. That's it. That client that makes $100,000 a year or $70,000 a year, you are telling them to take after-tax money and to pay $859,000 cash to pay off their $500,000 mortgage, and then all of a sudden, then they get the coups de grace, they get all the accolades for having no mortgage at 62 years old. That's trifling, and they're going to have needs along the way. So that $859,000 is probably going to be $1 million because they need to cash out for their wedding. So you're doing your clients a disservice if you aren't giving them a real estate plan. I do, and that's why my clients keep coming back to me, why my clients are my mailbox money. So think about it. A client that gets a $500,000 mortgage is paying back almost double that over time. That's part of the plan. So listen, let's turn that $2,387 payment into $21,000 in retirement. Now I'm giving you $19,000 in cash flow. Paying off your home gives you $2,000 in cash flow. I'm going to give you $19,000 in cash flow, and here's why. Every 5 years, we're going to buy a home. At the least every 5 years. Buy one home. But every 5 years, I'm going to give you the cash out to buy that home, but I'm going to do it at the right time so your payment's the same. So $2,387 is always going to be your payment forever. As long as I can keep you there, you're good. If I can multiply your assets, we're good. If every home you buy, but your renters pay for the mortgage, who cares? It's a net negative cash flow. You're not spending money to make money. You're putting money in the right things. So if every 5 years we buy one home, think about the math. In 30 years, I've helped you buy 6 rental properties. 6. In 40 years, if we structure it right and I refinance these properties into 20 years at the right time and 15 years, and I'm constantly refinancing these debts down over time because rates get better, because I know I'm an advisor here, in 40 years, I'll get all these homes to be free and clear. And when you're 70 years old, now you have 6 rental properties spitting out at least, these are probably conservative numbers. Rents are going to go up over time, but $3,500 per rental, that's $21,000 I give you to retire with. So you want to pay off your mortgage and have $2,000 of no payments, or do you want to have assets spilling out cash, you're making $21,000 a month in positive cash flow? As you go, you're going to make positive cash flow as you pay off these properties. So it's not like you're making nothing until then. It may be $5,000 a month in cash flow and then $10,000, but by the time you're really retired, you'll have $21,000 a month in mailbox money. You're welcome. Your job is paying you $5,000 a month when you retire. I'm going to get you $21,000 a month. I'm the most important person to you ever in your life. I'm going to change your life. 6 rentals that are worth, at that point, $750 a rental, not to mention the monthly cash flow. I'm going to create $4.5 million in worth for you of free and clear properties because you'll pay off the homes. So your $100,000 a year job, you will never retire well. You'll be living on Social Security, and some bozo bank loan officer will tell you, get a 30-year fixed loan, forget about it. That's not a good life when you're 70. You'll be strapped for cash. I'm going to make you cash rich and equity rich. I'm going to give you $4.5 million in assets that you could sell off if you want to and make interest on that money. Put that money in the bank and make 5% or 2% a year and make $90,000 a month off of your retirement, off of selling your properties, or leave a legacy for your family. It's up to you. If you have that mentality, if that's your lifestyle, how many loans would you guys get from every customer? Think about it. 6 homes, each property refi every 5 years, that's 30, 40, 50 loans per client. That's an annuity-based business. That's why I'm never going to retire, because making my clients money makes me money. That's a true asset manager. You guys, this should explode your mind right now, because this is where the market's going. All these online lenders are looking to take your customers, get them first, and manage them forever. And you, I promise you, will make customers happy. And this kind of customer, because you'll make an impact, you will know their family, and you will create legacy, this client will come to your funeral because you will have changed their life. Now it's the follow-up call. When you're following up, you don't have things to talk about. You're not asking them, hey, what's up with, I don't know. I guess I'll just hang up the phone. You can talk about the real estate plan and their debts every single time. They will answer your phone and be thrilled to talk to you because you're getting them to $4.5 million in cash assets. You're getting them $21,000 a month in retirement. So you want to talk about interest rate? Oh, well, Wells Fargo's offering 3.75. I'm making you $4.5 million. What do you want to talk about here? I'm going to make you $21,000 in cash flow. You want to split hairs over a quarter on the rate? You're ridiculous. That's what I'm talking about. Now your follow-up means something. And I only spent 20 minutes to get that client in the beginning. So to do this effectively and to stay on top of mind, you're calling just to say hello. You're dropping 3 new ideas on them when you're talking. New home, new debt, new addition. What's going on? New home yet? New debts, do you have them? New addition, do you need one? Is there a baby coming? Is there a graduation happening? Is there a home remodel project? New home, new debts, new addition. That's how you manage the conversations. And it's friends or family. They have to be one or the other, but you treat them like they're both. If you have this perspective, new home, new debts, new addition, we're friends, we're family, it makes sense. And then what they're going to do is they will share this plan with their friends and family. I do this. I do a thinking about you text once a year. I do a how's the home email once a year. I do a special date call or text, and I do a here for you random call. I touch them at least 4 times a year, and I'm just around them every quarter, so they hear from me. And by doing this, they will work with me forever. If you do this and you touch them 4 times a year, and you have a bulletproof plan, will not they refer you one person per year? One person per year, 365 days per year. If you're on top of mind every single day about mortgage, about finance, they will refer you one person per year. Think about how this will explode your businesses. If you do this every single day and follow this model, you get 1 referral per year. If you do this model with those referrals, how's that going to explode your business? You will never retire. This is your annuity. This is the coup de grace. Stop managing top of your business with agents and get with your customers and treat them like they are forever, like the Sandlot movie. Forever. That's what it's all about. If you do this, here's the outcome. They will do at least 10 deals with you. They'll probably do 30 deals with you, because if you have 6 properties under management and you refi them all 5 times, they'll do deals. They're just going to be constantly looking for your phone call, because you would remind them what the end goal is. My goal is I will get you to $4.5 million in cash, free and clear assets. I will get you $21,000 a month in free and clear revenue. Everyone wants the dream. I will show you how to get the dream. And the way that people are doing it is wrong. 30-year fixed loan, set it and forget it, and then in 30 years, you have $2,000 that you save. Forget that. I want to take that $2,000 that you're going to save and turn it into $21,000 and $4.5 million in cash assets. Here's the power of 10 times 30. If you really get to know each client deeply and personally, in 30 years, they'll do 10 deals with you and refer you 30 people. And social media increases the top of mind tenfold. They see you constantly in the market. They can share your feed with their friends. Their friends will follow you. Your content makes you the center of the business and makes it so they see you have true, helpful, honest, educational intentions. So yes, it matters. That is the outcome. So I want you guys all to think about this content we're talking about today. Apply it to your business right now. Stop treating your customers like a toll booth where they just go through and you never talk to them again. Treat them like a toll house and make them meals and make them eat with you, because these are clients that will feed you if you feed them. So I want to go into one more thing before we part ways today. I hope this resonates and brings home where this market's going. You must know who you are, and you must have core beliefs and core tenets. One of my core tenets is how I manage my business, and people that are taking part in what I'm doing and doing it along with me are seeing they can make $50,000 and $60,000 and $70,000 a month. It's not hard to do that if you get your clients in and manage them correctly. It's hard to do it if you're constantly laboring and chasing real estate partnerships. You want to feed your partnerships the right way. So what I've done is I've created what I believe are my 7 tenets. And if you listen to someone like a Tony Robbins or like a Gary Vaynerchuk, they always seem to say the same thing over and over again. If you guys notice that, it's the same message. It's not complicated. This is my message, but it works. I've worked hard. I've worked long. I put the work in so you guys don't have to do it to figure out the code. And so a tenet is a principle or belief. And in religion and philosophy, it's, if you're into Christianity, it's treating your neighbor as yourself. That's a tenet of Christianity. So this is a question for you all. What are the tenets of your business? What are your core beliefs and principles? Do you even have any? Or are you showing up and closing deals? If you're showing up and closing deals, you're a toll booth. And that's exhausting. Eventually, that has a shelf life. and maybe your shelf life expires at a certain age where all you're going to do is retire, and then you'll sit on the beach and make your Social Security, make your $2,000 a month. But that's not my business, because I'm building a business that's going to last and that's got a legacy. So here are my tenets: be social, change, adapt, top of funnel, marry me, hustle early, and green time. That's my message. It's not that complicated. And that's what I believe in. And every single day, in a different variety of ways, I'm going to bring this message to you guys. So if this works for you, great, let's roll together and let's have a great time doing it. So what are those things? First, it's be social. Build your brand. You have to be known for something different. If you're a loan officer, you're not special. If you are Alfredo here 24/7, you're the guy that's always available. That's the way that it is. If you're Alan, always here for you, you're the guy that's going to take the call and go deep and help understand what you need to accomplish. So build your brand, be social, put social media content out on a consistent basis, and let the customers get educated by you. My second tenet is change. Online listing services are here. That's what it's all about. They're here to take the home and list it online, and they're here to make, as I talked to Martini today, they're here to make it a wholesale service, where you go online and you wholesale your house. Wholesale your house online. That's not true artistry. That's not craftsmanship. So understand and know and be ready to explain why online listing services, why online automation isn't the best. Because what I just showed you guys is how to make someone $4.5 million in assets and $21,000 a month. No online toll booth can teach them that. My third tenet is adapting, changing. Understanding that mortgage and real estate is being automated, we must adapt, which gives me to my fourth funnel, is top of the funnel. How do we fight back against online listing services? We get the customer first. If we get them first and educate them, they never have a chance to go into the online toll booth that's just looking to wholesale their property. My fifth tenet is marry me. I manage their life. I understand the life value of a client. I want to take an orange seed, plant the orange seed, whole grove of oranges pops up, and then I take that fruit and plant it again and plant it again and plant it again. You can only plant a seed that you have. So nurture that seed, nurture the client, and marry the client for life. They should do 10 loans with you minimum. They should refer 30 people to you minimum if you're doing the work to marry them. And a marriage is about communication. So you can't stay married if you don't talk. We all know guys that are married, gals that are married, if you don't talk to your spouse, you phase out. It all comes down to communication. So if you're marrying your client, you're going to communicate with them. And it's not one time a year. And this is why these online drip campaigns and these blast texts don't work. They're nice to be on top of things, but they aren't marrying the client. Marrying the client is knowing what their kids' names are, what schools are at, when their kids graduate, what their special day is. You can't automate that. So I marry my clients. My sixth tenet is I hustle early. No matter what we say, no matter what we do, nothing works unless you do. So get up early, be first, work harder and smarter than everyone else, and no wasting time. And the best part about that is, if you hustle early and you're hard and you work hard and you work smart, you don't have to work even 8 hours a day. You can spend 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day doing all the right things and have a great life while you're doing it. And lastly is green time. You only need one person per day to be entering into your funnel to succeed if you're managing your database correctly. So my challenge for you guys is to follow this plan to marry your clients and to create your tenets, to find out what you believe in. Once you know what you believe in, your message comes off a lot clearer to your clients. I'll say it again. Once you know what you believe in, who you are gets translated a lot easier to your clients. That's all I got. Hope it was valuable. Let's go crush it. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. We had a ton of fun shooting it. We've got a lot more content like it coming out, so stay tuned. If you're a loan officer or realtor and want my team to handle your social media, click on the button below.